My ex-husband and his wife demanded custody of my daughter after abandoning her for 8 months. I was married to Peter for 8 years before he admitted he'd been secretly seeing his ex-girlfriend Mandy for 3 years, even after our daughter was born. We divorced. I got full custody of our 4-year-old daughter, and he got weekend visits under my supervision. After he married Mandy, he just stopped visiting. No calls, no texts, nothing. For 8 months, he completely vanished from our daughter's life. I was fine with it. No more awkward supervised visits where I had to watch him pretend to be a father. Then last weekend, Peter showed up at my door without warning. I thought he was there to see our daughter, but he said he wanted to talk. Mandy is thinking about taking action if you don't give us full custody soon. She feels that as a single mother, you can't provide for her as well as we can. You're holding her back from a better life, so she wants you to hand her over right away. I lost my patience, closed the door, and told him to leave unless he wanted me to call for help. After ignoring us for 8 months, he thought he could just appear and make demands. Mandy's claims were baseless. You can't accuse someone of neglect for being a single parent. I moved in with my parents for safety. 2 days later, he showed up there too. We're not taking legal steps. We can't. But I still find it unfair that you got full custody just because of what happened between us, he said. Both Mandy and I feel the emptiness our daughter's absence has caused. Mandy met her a few times while we were still together, and she believes she would have been a good stepmom. It's unfair you filed for full custody knowing I couldn't get joint custody because of my job and the situation. I told him it was too late, that he'd been gone for 8 months, and I wasn't putting my daughter through that confusion again. He started sending nonstop messages, insisting our daughter needed him and that I'd regret my decision when she resented me in the future. Then he sent an email explaining the real reason they came back. After the divorce, Mandy told him to cut contact with me completely, so he decided to focus on his new life. But later, they realized Mandy wanted a family, except now she couldn't have children safely. So they decided that instead of adoption or surrogacy, they'd ask to co-parent the child Peter already had. Mandy said she had felt like a mother during those moments when it was just the 3 of us and she just wanted a chance to live that life once more. They literally wanted to share my daughter, like something that could be borrowed. I forwarded the email to my lawyer immediately. She contacted Peter to tell him I'd filed to end his parental rights permanently. That's when both of them showed up at my parents' house again. Mandy told me I was ruining my daughter's future because everyone knew I couldn't raise her alone, and I was keeping her from having a real family. I yelled at her. This woman had broken my marriage and now wanted to lecture me about family. They disappeared for 8 months, and suddenly I wasn't good enough? Then Mandy made a scene. She sat down in the middle of the street and refused to move until I let her see my daughter. Peter sat down right beside her. My dad called the authorities. Even while being escorted away, they kept shouting that they'd be back and wouldn't let me keep them away from their daughter anymore. I filed for a restraining order that day. Over the next few weeks, Peter contacted me from different numbers, and Mandy spread hurtful rumors about me, but none of it worked. I moved to a new apartment Peter doesn't know about. The restraining order was approved. I kept full custody, and his parental rights were ended. My daughter is okay. I'm okay. And that's all that matters. She doesn't need a parent who treated her like an option, and I don't need people who think they can walk back into her life whenever they please.